कोई मैडम को भी तो पहना दो। कोई मैडम को भी तो पहना दो। बस अब दुकान बंद होने वाली है, इससे पहले कि चूड़ियों की इतनी खूबसूरत दुकान आज तक कभी देखी है किसी ने? इतनी सुंदर। दस 20 रुपए पैसे भी दो इन्हें, थोड़े 10-20 रुपए। मैडम 10-20 रुपए भी दो। पड़ोसी भी है और हमारे दिल के पास भी है। वाह, हमारी गुतेश मैम है, बधाई हो। उनको पहनाया चूड़ियाँ। स्वागत तो बहुत देखा है, लेकिन इतना खूबसूरत स्वागत पहली बार हम देख रहे हैं। लोटस टावर टीवी पर आपका बहुत बहुत स्वागत है। चूड़ी वाला आया है, रंग बिरंगी चूड़ियाँ लाया है, सभी लोग आ सकते हैं। और हमारी चीफ गेस्ट भी पधार चुकी हैं और वो यहाँ पर खूबसूरत रंग बिरंगी ग्रीन और पीली हाँ जी, मैं ये सोच रही हूँ कि इस चूड़ी वाले को कोई पैसे नहीं दे रहा। भाई चूड़ी वाले पैसे कितने हैं?
चूड़ी वाले के पैसे सबका दिल है।
दिल है। आपको कुछ कहना है?
नहीं कर दिया है।
हेलो मैडम, थोड़ा पास आ जाइए।
All of you are requested to maintain silence, please, for 1 minute, 1 or 2 minutes. A very good afternoon to all of you. As we all have gathered here to celebrate the eve of Teej, on the behalf of Department of Gandhian and Peace Studies, Panjab University, Chandigarh, I welcome you all and our honorable chief guest, Professor.
I had privilege of being the national coordinator for 3 different programs of Government of India. I presently am looking after Indo-European Chamber of Small and Medium Enterprises, and we have offices in about 140 plus countries. मैं 5 मिनट आपका चाय के समय का ले रहा हूँ, if you don't have problems. Okay, ठीक है. Why I am utilizing this time? Because we may not get this time again. So, I am here. Basically, I came here on the invitation of Professor Mukherjee, but I am utilizing this time to establish Kamdhenu Chair in collaboration with Department of Gandhian and Peace Studies, Panjab University. We had meeting with Madam Basricha ji and the research yesterday. And I am happy to announce today that with Madam we will have one international program on 2nd and 3rd of October, where we will put in some finance also as an Indo-European Chamber, and some things can be done by university, whatever support system. But amongst the participants, we need to form a core committee by today or tomorrow. And Sumit can be our coordinator because he has been driving us for 2 days. Okay, very nice. और बड़ा आर्मी स्ट्रैटेजी और ये वो काम कर ठीक है. In the morning, I wrote one mail to Honorable Chancellor of this university, Vice President of India. Copy I have given to Sumit. You can share on your WhatsApp. It's there. See, होता क्या है, वी आर कंफर्टेबल इन हिंदी इंग्लिश बोथ, हमें कोई दिक्कत नहीं, पंजाबी मुझे ज्यादा आती नहीं, आई कैन अंडरस्टैंड, ठीक है। लेकिन क्या होता है कि मैक्सिमम जितना भी आप सब लोग रिसर्च कर रहे होंगे, काफी लोग कुछ पेपर्स लिख रहे होंगे या यूनिवर्सिटी में फैकल्टी होंगे, या हम लोग जो भी रिसर्च करते हैं उसकी एक्चुअल में यूटिलिटी समाज के लिए या हमारे लिए होती नहीं, मैक्सिमम केसेस में। दिस आई स्पीक विद अथॉरिटी बिकॉज आई हैव बीन नेशनल कोऑर्डिनेटर फॉर 3 important programs of Government of India. And NRDC जो नेशनल रिसर्च डेवलपमेंट कॉर्पोरेशन है वो भी हमारा पार्टनर है। मैं बहुत सारी सेंट्रल यूनिवर्सिटीज में और यूनिवर्सिटीज में गया हूँ, वाइस चांसलर हमेशा रोता हुआ मिला, रोता हूँ, आई डोंट नो व्हाई, बिकॉज आई थिंक we are not able to analyze ourselves and the potential and strength of the institution where we are sitting. पहले तो हम खुद ही को नहीं समझते, रिसर्च पेपर लिखते हैं, खूब सारा बुक्स लिख देंगे, किताब लिख देंगे, बहुत रिसर्च पेपर लिखेंगे और फिर पता नहीं किसके काम आएगा, और वही पेपर मैंने लिखा है प्रोफेसर्स को हर जगह वही पढ़ते रहेंगे, पूरा पढ़ेंगे, कॉपी करेंगे, पढ़ेंगे, उसको उसमें करते रहेंगे। हिंदुस्तान में एक व्यक्ति है, कभी भी अगर यहाँ पे आए हैं तो मुझे नहीं मालूम, लेकिन नहीं आए तो हमें उनसे जरूर मिलना चाहिए या कभी इनवाइट करना चाहिए। हम कोशिश करेंगे कि 2 मार्च या 3 को भी उनको इनवाइट करें। राम भद्राचार्य जी, राम भद्राचार्य जी एक चित्रकूट में ब्लाइंड यूनिवर्सिटी है, ही इज ब्लाइंड, 4 इयर्स में वो थे ब्लाइंड हो गए। और जो राम जन्मभूमि का जो फैसला आया है, मैं अयोध्या से हूं, जो फैसला आया है, आप किसी भी स्क्रिप्चर से, जो हमारे इंडियन स्क्रिप्चर है, वो बिना, उन्होंने कैसे, उनको ईश्वर की कृपा है, वो आपको उस किस पेज पे, किस श्लोक में, किस वाक्य में क्या लिखा हुआ है, उससे उन्होंने कन्विंस किया सुप्रीम कोर्ट को कि राम जी वहां पे एक्चुअल में थे, वहां पे अयोध्या थी, उसके साक्ष्य किस वेद में, पुराण में मिलते हैं, वो उन्होंने किया। ये एक ह्यूमनली पॉसिबल है, और भी बहुत सारे गुरु हैं तो पॉसिबल है। गांधी जी भी उसमें एक थे, गुरु नानक जी हमारे उसमें रहे यहाँ पे, ये तो क्योंकि पंजाब तो गुरुओं का प्रदेश है। तो मैंने जो सुबह जो लिखा है, मैं उसकी एक कॉपी मैंने सुमित को दे दिया है, उसका सॉफ्ट कॉपी आप में सर्कुलेट हो जाएगा, एक हार्ड कॉपी में दे दूंगा, आप लोग पढ़ सकते हैं या फोटो कॉपी ले सकते हैं। मैं पढ़ देता हूँ, जस्ट टेक 2 मिनट्स, फिर हम लोग चाय पे चले जाएंगे, घर आएंगे। रेस्पेक्टेड श्री जगदीप धनखड़ जी, ऑनरेबल वाइस प्रेसिडेंट ऑफ इंडिया, प्रणाम। We have just celebrated 77 years of independence and 2 big institutions of India, which you are Honorable Chancellor, Panjab University, Chandigarh, and Delhi University, have not yet become self-dependent, self-reliant, and self-employed. They still have to rely on the government grants. They have not yet learned 2 important philosophies of Sanatana Dharma, Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam and Atithi Devo Bhava. How can we expect our Gram Panchayats and ordinary villagers, farmers, artisans, laborers to become self-employed, self-reliant, self-dependent? We have so many departments, research scholars, thought leaders, startups, all waiting for grants and subsidies, and later most of them fail after grants and subsidies are stopped. Time has come where we have to start thinking on the following lines. Instead of having researches and PhDs which are not marketable, sellable, or will lie and die in the cupboards of the ministry or the department, and these people who have written it will just be running year after year after getting the jobs or satisfactory jobs, preferably government jobs, and live in frustration or repentance entire life, sharing their stories. If they could not get what they aspired, or even after getting desired jobs, for seeking inner peace and happiness. Sir, please initiate a talk in the following direction. When and how will we become Vishwaguru Bharat? 2. When and how Panjab University, Chandigarh and Delhi University will become self-dependent, self-reliant and self-employed. Number 3. When will the various departments under it will become self-employed, self-reliant and self-dependent? Number 4. When will these institutions take 100% responsibility of the students they educate and produce for their after-sales service like we expect from companies, corporates, etc.? When and how the research scholars, PhD students expect their papers to become sellable, marketable, self-reliant, self-dependent, and they will become self-employed, and what will be their role in Vishwaguru Bharat? 6. How will all the above improve the happiness index of themselves, their family, their villages, their states, their country and the globe? Number 7. How are all the research and PhD individuals, departments and institutions helping in solving the global problems like global warming, wars, ultimately working for the bigger role what Almighty has given to us in helping this planet, Mother Earth, become better place to live before we leave or die and establish peace on earth. Looking forward to seeing you at the earliest and taking your guidance and blessings. Regards. ये एक थॉट प्रोवोकिंग हमारे रिसर्च के लिए है. मैं 2 और 3 अक्टूबर को मैडम से अभी प्रपोज करता हूं इंटरनेशनल हम लोग गांधी जी को लेकर के और जो रिसर्च स्कॉलर्स हैं हमारे पास में उसको लेकर के हम एक इंटरनेशनल कॉन्फ्रेंस करेंगे. आई विल बी इनवाइटिंग ऑल द एम्बेसीज. Students will be coordinating. All the embassies means all the embassies who have offices in New Delhi. चंडीगढ़ पास में ही है, शताब्दी आती है, फ्लाइट से है, गाड़ी से आ सकते हैं, इजी है और यूनिवर्सिटी के पास सब कुछ है क्योंकि मैंने कल मैडम को प्रॉमिस किया है कि ये गांधीयन डिपार्टमेंट को हम ग्लोब के सभी गांधी रिसर्च सेंटर्स के साथ स्टडी सेंटर्स के साथ जोड़ देंगे. तो ये हम 2nd 3rd को स्टैब्लिश कर देंगे क्योंकि वो हमारे सुब्रमण्यन साहब ने बोला कि वो 3 महीना था उसके पास में, तो मेरे पास भी मरने के लिए कुछ ही दिन है. ये 26-27 को मैंने अपने मौत का फरमान लिख लिया है. इफ आई डोंट डू दिस, क्योंकि मैं एक इंटरनेशनल कॉन्फ्रेंस कर रहा हूं दिल्ली में प्राइम मिनिस्टर साहब को लेकर के अशोका होटल में, और हमारे भारत में 2.5 लाख ग्राम पंचायत है. हमने ग्राम पंचायतों को सिर्फ एक भीख का कटोरा बना दिया है, बेगिंग बाउल बना दिया है, फ्री दे करके. इसको हम कैसे सेल्फ एम्प्लॉयड या एक एंटरप्राइज समझेंगे, इस पे हम काम कर रहे हैं. विल डिस्कस ड्यूरिंग दी कॉन्फ्रेंस. अभी बताइए आपका.
Sir, thank you so much. On behalf of the Department of Gandhian and Peace Studies, we are thankful to you और पंजाब यूनिवर्सिटी के बारे में आपने बहुत अच्छा सोचा, बट थोड़ा सा उसके लिए आपको होमवर्क करना पड़ेगा उसमें. सॉरी टू से दैट कि जो पंजाब यूनिवर्सिटी है वो एक्ट ऑफ पार्लियामेंट के थ्रू है, उसमें हम लोग डायरेक्टली इंटरफेयर नहीं कर सकते क्योंकि जो नॉमेनक्लेचर है उसमें चेंजेस का जो रिक्वायरमेंट है वो चाहे पंजाब गवर्नमेंट है चाहे सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट है, तो उसमें उनको बहुत सारे रूल्स देखने.
Because all of us today has become robots. We said, sir was saying before that this entire place was agriculture. What culture it was? What culture it was? I didn't hear you.
Agriculture.
What culture it was? Agriculture. We agree to everything whatever is being said. If professor is saying something, we agree to that. If anybody is saying something, we agree to that. And some nonsense I will be speaking and you will agree to that also. So that's the culture in which we are being developed. Agriculture. So please don't go forward in this particular aspect of it. And that is the reason why I started off saying happy morning, because I feel this morning is very happy. If the morning is very happy or the morning is good, say good morning. Don't say good morning just because you have to say good morning. Don't be an introvert, don't be a robot. Okay? Be human beings. That is what Gandhiji has told us. So we have to practice that particular thing first. And if you still feel the morning is not good, still say good morning to make the morning good. Right? One more opportunity to all of you. I always say happy morning, so happy morning.
Happy morning.
Thank you. It's wonderful to hear these particular words of yours. There is a session which is going to be given to me, a technical session at a later point of time, where I will talk more about the Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav and Gandhiji's perspective and things like that. This Department of Gandhian Studies, many of the research scholars and other people, research scholars and invitees who have come over here, we welcome on behalf of Bharatiya Vidya Bhavan, we welcome you for this particular conference which we are going to have. Little bit about Gandhiji, which we know and which we don't know. There was a very popular rhyme in Eastern London in 1930s. Listen to this. Hitler with his brown shirts riding for a fall. Hitler with his brown shirts riding for a fall. Mussolini with his black shirts back against the wall. T. Valera with his green shirts carrying not at all. 3 cheers for Mahatma Gandhi with no shirt at all. In 1930s, this has been sung as a poetry in England, East London. It is on artificial intelligence and robotics. We also teach all the Indian culture. There is a second area where we focus on the Indian culture perspective. When we talk about culture, we are talking about teaching performing arts as well as visual arts. We take it up as our main trust area and we do it much bigger. And the third area, as Mahatma Gandhi always says, we should be of service to others. So service to the society is what we do all about. A lot of things which is being done, where under the Gandhiji's name itself, we have Gandhian Institute of Information Technology, which a donation which was given by Bill Gates, and with that particular donation, we teach free of cost for all the economically backward children as well as for the tribal children throughout India. We have this computer training centers and we teach all the computer courses. Right now we have recently introduced even AI and robotics free of cost training in Gandhi Institute over here. And that's what Bharatiya Vidya Bhavan stands for. We have 367 affiliated institutions all over India and 5 different cultural activity institutions abroad. That is what we have, and with that kind of a tall institution, I am very, very glad that I have been chosen by God to work for this particular institution, because our S. Ramakrishnan ji, who was once the secretary of Kalayal Munshi ji and then became the executive secretary of Bharatiya Vidya Bhavan, always says, Bhavan's work is God's work. So therefore, we perform all that work only to see that we give whatever is possible, like a puja to the Bharatiya Vidya Bhavan, and that's how it comes out. Now, sir is here, Madhukar sir is here. He was telling about running the school in Chandigarh. Let me tell you, among all the Bharatiya Vidya Bhavan schools, Chandigarh is one of the best model schools which I can say, and it is doing a wonderful job. Be it in academics, they are very good. Be it in extracurricular activities, is very good, and they really do a lot of work on the holistic development of the child, and the children who are studying in that particular school come out very, very successfully in whichever endeavor, whichever area, whichever career they wanted to progress in. And that is what the Chandigarh school is all about. Starting as a cultural center, having one school, they became 2 and now they are 3 in number today in Chandigarh itself. And we have schools in Panchkula, we have schools in Delhi, we have schools in Amritsar, in this particular part of area, and we have schools all over India, as it has been said. Mr. Surendralal Ji Mehta is the worldwide president of Bharatiya Vidya Bhavan. He says, this is now I am coming about to speak something about Gandhiji. Tens of thousands of books on Gandhiji in hundreds of languages around the world have been published. New volumes written from hundreds of different angles keep coming to us. this book will be one more revolt following into the ocean or flowing into the ocean, the book which is shown to you right now and the book which is going to come up right now. But it does not matter. The squirrel which gave its own humble contribution to helping Lord Rama build the bridge across the sea was specially blessed by Sri Rama. So, the squirrel contribution too counts. We as a squirrel contribution, definitely these books will count. Somewhere, somebody will read it, somebody will get some kind of an energy, some kind of an inspiration, some fire in their belly, take up something which is being told by Mahatma Gandhi and see to it that it is being practiced. And that's what we think it will happen. Sitting on heap of nuclear weapons, staring helplessly at the gradual destruction of the environment, facing an unprecedented economic meltdown, making the walls built in the name of caste, creed, community, religion, ideologies and nationalism taller and taller, the human race stands at the crossroads today. It has only one choice. See the words which is written by our Surendra Mehta, president of Bharatiya Vidya Bhavan worldwide. We have only one choice. Either it continues its journey to self-destruction or it turns around and comes back on the road paved for us by Mahatma Gandhi. There is no other third alternative. So whatever road which is being paved by Mahatma Gandhi ji has to be practiced. Then only things can revert back. Thousands of things is being told by Mahatma Gandhi. Unfortunately, what happens is, today when I go and ask about 10 people, who is this Mahatma Gandhi, what he has done for India, 8 of them will say he has fought for the freedom and he has given freedom from the
and the rural sector is suffering. There is no policy, there is no planning. So how can we find a solution? So much of the Indian population, you said 63% are agricultural laborers. Maybe if we take the whole population as a whole, 50-55% of the population are dependent directly or indirectly on agriculture. If the solution has to be found, then it has to be at least 60-day.
जो ग्रांट्स का है मसला है वो कोई आज का मसला नहीं है। ये जो यूनिवर्सिटी है 1860 में जब बननी शुरू हुई थी और इसमें जो जम्मू कश्मीर के जो राजा थे उन्होंने सबसे ज्यादा उस टाइम कंट्रीब्यूशन दिया था। तो ये 1860 से बननी शुरू हुई थी। 1882 में ये यूनिवर्सिटी बनकर आई है। तो सबसे 4 जो पुरानी यूनिवर्सिटीज थी उनमें से एक ये है, एक पार्ट अभी पार्टीशन का पाकिस्तान में, एक यहाँ पर है। तो बहुत सारी चीजें जिसको कि हमें देखना पड़ेगा और नो डाउट हमारे माननीय उपराष्ट्रपति जी वो इसके बारे में सजग हैं और काफी चीजें कर भी रहे हैं। और रही बात फाइनेंशियल जो ग्रांट्स की, तो मैं रिक्वेस्ट करूंगा कि कुछ फाइनेंशियल ग्रांट अगर हमें इस कॉन्फ्रेंस के लिए अगर आप प्रोवाइड कर देंगे तो इसको डेफिनेटली मैंने शुरू ही ग्रांट से दिया है। सॉरी मैं सबके साथ देखना पड़ेगा। जो फीस स्ट्रक्चर है वो भी देखना पड़ेगा क्योंकि अगर हम 10 रुपए में अगर बढ़ाते हैं तो हमारे स्टूडेंट काउंसिल के बहुत सारे बच्चे जो कि इस टाइम मौजूद हैं वो भी ये कहेंगे कि आप फीस क्यों बढ़ा रहे हैं। और बहुत सारे जो पैसे जो हम लोग का जो नेट की जो हमारे पास आई है, क्योंकि उस कमेटी में मैं भी था तो वहां पर हम लोग को एक चीज फेस आउट करनी पड़ रही है कि आप इंटरनेशनल लेवल पे क्यों नहीं पैसे बढ़ा रहे हैं। हमारा इंटरनेशनल हॉस्टल का महीने का खर्च 9,000 रुपए है जो कि किसी भी डायमेंशन में पूरा नहीं हो सकता। बट स्टिल वी आर हेल्पिंग अवर लेवल बेस्ट कि भी हम बच्चों को यहाँ पे लेके आ सके। और इस टाइम हमारे पास 20,000 से ऊपर बच्चे हैं और 200 से प्लस कॉलेजेस हैं हमारे पास। 202 है ना, 272 सर, 272
साइट पे आपके 202 लिखा हुआ है।
वो अपडेटेड वाला नहीं है, जो अभी जो प्रेजेंट है 272 है। 74 डिपार्टमेंट्स हमारे पास। तो उन चीजों को हमें फोकस करना है। तो उसके लिए एक अगर हम एक उसमें अगर बन के रह जाएंगे तो अभी जो कुछ पंजाब गवर्नमेंट की है बहुत सारे बच्चों को प्रोवाइड कर रही है और बहुत सारी गवर्नमेंट्स भी देती है, हमारे पास ग्रांट्स आती रहती हैं। बट एकदम से अगर हम सेंटर के पास चलेंगे तो हमारा जो स्ट्रक्चर है वो बहुत लड़खड़ा जाएगा। और जो हमारे जो कॉलेजेस हैं, जो कि हमारी सपोर्ट सिस्टम है, वो भी कहीं ना खत्म हो जाएगा। तो आई वुड सजेस्ट कि आप जो लेटर अगर फॉरवर्ड कर रहे हैं, आई अप्रिशिएट योर कंसर्न, बट उसको थोड़ा सा रूपरेखा जो है वो उस तरीके से बनाइए ताकि कल को उस पर वो नो डाउट काम करेंगे। इस जब भी हमारी लास्ट टाइम जब कन्वोकेशन पे जब आए तो बहुत अच्छी बात हुई है, वी विल रेडी टू वर्क ऑन सच थिंग्स, बट उसकी जो रूपरेखा है वो अगर आप उसको थोड़ा सा मॉडिफाई कर लेंगे और जो बताएं उसमें आप
कल 4:30 के अराउंड हमारी मीटिंग फिक्स हुई थी डीन रिसर्च के पास, तो इन्होंने लेटर डीन रिसर्च को भेजी हुई थी। अभी मैंने कुछ गो थ्रू भी किया था सर ने आपके, मैंने सोचा डायरेक्ट इनसे बात करा रखी हूँ। सो वहाँ पूरी डिटेल में डिस्कशन हुई है। एकदम से इमीडिएट स्टेप यूनिवर्सिटी तभी उठा सकती। पहले मैंने बोला हमें आप अपनी रोल मॉडल अपना ये चेयर का है, चेयर हमारी महात्मा चेयर का भी डिसीजन होने वाला है, तो उसके अम्ब्रेला के अंडर हम कुछ अपनी एक्टिविटीज हम अपना एक स्टार्ट कर सकते हैं। इवन सर हैज अलाउड मी टू स्पेशली अगर इनका जो इवेंट है उनमें अटेंड भी करो और वो देखो कि किस तरीके से ये इसका प्रोसीजर फॉलो कर रहे हैं। रोल मॉडल वो सब बता दिया कि किस लेवल पे निकलेगा, क्योंकि हमारे सिंडिकेट में बहुत कुछ बड़े स्टेप्स हैं। सो एक हमें एक स्टेप बाय स्टेप चलना है। तो ये फर्स्ट इनिशियल स्टेप जो है हमें यहाँ से एक बड़ी मीटिंग्स करके डिस्कस करके थोड़ा सा विजन क्लियर होगा, तो हमें मेरे को लगता है 1 ईयर लग जाएगा इसको इस पे पहुंचने में। तो एक फर्स्ट स्टेप है जिसको सीढ़ी तो चढ़नी पड़ेगी अगर आपने कहीं रीच करना है, तो वो यही है कि पहले आज ही फर्स्ट स्टेप था कि डीन से डिटेल में बात हुई है। उन्होंने बोला था डिफरेंट यूनिवर्सिटीज में जो ऑलरेडी यहाँ उनका रोल मॉडल है वो एक मॉडल लेके आओ और अपने डिपार्टमेंट में कुछ एक्टिविटीज करो और फिर दिखेंगी, हमें पता चलेगा। फिर हम एक प्रपोजल बना के देंगे जो कि थ्रू जैक से ही होनी है, डिपार्टमेंट से ही होनी है। तो शाम हम 5 बजे वहां से फ्री हुए थे, आज से मॉर्निंग में फिर टाइम नहीं मिला बात डिस्कस करने का। तो वो अभी हम एक जो टी ब्रेक अभी चाय का टाइम अपनी चाय वाला पहुंचेंगे। तो ये मैंने सर ने अपॉर्चुनिटी दी कि जो स्टार्ट डिस्कसिंग कर लो। तो एक बहुत लंबा प्रोसेस है।
इनफैक्ट गांधी स्मृति और दशम स्मृति it had taken 2 years for us. Everything has been completed. And the university had also given us the permission, but we are not able to send it because there are the committee which had the Gandhi Smriti and Darshan Smriti, they are not able to send us the consent right now.
चलो, you can give me later. I'll follow with गोयल साहब। विजय गोयल जी हमारे जानकार हैं, उनसे बात करेंगे, ठीक है। जो who's वाइस चेयरपर्सन, चेयरपर्सन इज ऑनरेबल प्राइम मिनिस्टर, ठीक है। दूसरा, with this chair, which is Gandhian chair, which we have proposed to establish in university, Panjab University. हमारे राष्ट्रगान में भी सबसे पहले पंजाब का ही नाम आता है। तो पंजाब को लीड देना बहुत आवश्यक है, ठीक है, पूरे भारत को। हम आपके साथ मिलके 25 से 30 हजार करोड़ कैसे पूरे पंजाब के इंस्टीट्यूशंस में आए और हमारी ग्राम पंचायतों को कैसे हम एम्पावर करें। देखिए क्या है, हर राज्य के ग्राम पंचायतों की अलग अलग कंडीशंस है। जैसे पंजाब में हर बच्चा कनाडा, यूएस, ब्रिटेन जाना चाहता है, ठीक है। यूरोप तक जाता है जब इन जगह 3 जगह नहीं पहुंचता तो वो यूरोप घुसता है या कहीं और जाता है, ठीक है। उसकी वो जमीन बेच देगा, फटाफट जाएगा। फिर जब अगर 10-5 साल में अगर वो फूल बेच के या जो छोटे मोटे काम करके अगर वो स्टैब्लिश हो गया तो फिर यहाँ आके पेजेरो खरीदेगा, आएगा और गाना गाएगा, मीका कौर वो सब करेगा, ठीक है। वो एक अलग एक प्रोसेस है, ठीक है। दैट्स पंजाब का एक जो बेसिक जो यहाँ पे हो रखा है, जो हम लोगों को दिखता है, ठीक है। इसके अलावा भी बहुत सारी अच्छी भी चीजें हैं, लेकिन वो एक कल्चर है जो, क्योंकि जिससे भी हम मिलते हैं उसकी पहली होती है कि सर आप इंडो यूरोपियन चेंबर है, हमारा वीजा लगवा दो, ठीक है। वीजा के लिए सीधा अगर मैं उसको कहता 20-25 लाख दे दो भी दे देगा। अगर मैं कहूँ ये बेटा 20-25 लाख रुपए तो हमारे साथ लगा।
This paper is that to re-examine the outstanding qualities of leadership that Gandhiji provided and provided the continuous component of the leadership to arrive at a better understanding of the qualities, characteristics and effectiveness of leadership. First, being servant before a leader. Gandhiji had an outstanding quality that made him a great leader. And it is being a servant before a leader. It is very challenging task for today's leadership. While most leadership identify with symbols of power to emulate themselves above the people they live, but Bapu symbolized the people he was trying to serve. He tried to be like them with his own cloth and his commitment of voluntary poverty. He symbolized service rather than power. Gandhiji's statements show how to consider serving people of pleasure and privilege. Service of the poor has been my heart's desire, and it has always drawn me amongst the poor and enabled me identify myself with them. Second, believe in yourself. Gandhi showed that you did not have to have a leader or authority or a military to change the world and make a difference. All we needed to do was believe in yourself and to act according to your highest values. He demonstrated and aspired the people should not put up allowing him to see the cost of his problem himself again, not being serious and busy compromising. If I had no sense of humor, I would long ago have committed suicide. These words were tell the truth. Gandhiji said these words very confidently. A good leader make his people love to reach their goals by inspiring them, by love, believing themselves, by determination. Time to time society changes, needs of society is changed, but society always wants a leader to express himself. A leader had great qualities and Gandhiji had these. If today's leader of the society are use philosophy and thoughts of Gandhiji as a pathway for serves the people, serves the country, then definitely we achieve a great place in the world as we deserve. Thank you so much.
Dimension and its critical analysis in relation to the current political scenario. 76 years has passed since India gained freedom from British colonial rule on 15 August 1947. Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi played the pivotal role in shaping the political dimension of India's freedom struggle, and this critical analysis will delve into the Gandhian perspective on India's political dimension, particularly non-violence and satyagraha, and its struggle for independence, and evaluate how relevant these principles remain in the current political scenario. And India's freedom movement stands as defining movement in history, a movement that resonates with the spirit of resilience, determination, and unwavering commitment to freedom. The legacy of this momentous movement continues to shape the political landscape of the nation, bearing the indelible imprints of Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi.
Example of this question or this point. 7. Environmental sustainability. Gandhiji's reverence for the nature and his simple living practices align with modern concerns about environmental sustainability. His advocacy for minimizing material consumption and living in harmony with nature can drive policies aimed at reducing ecological footprints and promoting eco-friendly practices. 8. Human-centered development is focused on the human rights.
I have been listening to the papers. They have discussed Gandhian thought, but we're having another seminar in Siliguri on 28th and 29th. There we are focusing on 7.5 decades of independence, and on that context, the Gandhian thought. I am not so scholarly that I will discuss on all facets of Gandhi. I will restrain myself in discussing increasing violence in life and society, and how violence has affected society, and how the intervention of Gandhi can help in resolving our problems. So you have seen my heading. First slide, please. Somebody has to operate. So we see that violence has been playing a very significant role in the third world, especially India. And this violence has led to social problems, various types of social problems. By violence, we need not just mean physical violence. And we have to understand why this violence has erupted in society, why violence has disrupted society. We have heard one of the papers was on British rule. Now our subject was independence and after, not British rule. Whatever it is. Now we have seen that the nature of violence, visibility, next slide. Violence wrecks and shortens life, causes pain and suffering. You must all know what violence does. The field of violence encompasses war, terrorism, securitization, ethnic cleansing, domestic violence, violent crime and hate crime. So these are different forms of violence. Mental pressure is also a form of violence. Next slide. The increasing visibility of violence in sociology challenges core understanding about modernity. Modernity has not helped in curbing violence. Modernity has led to violence aggravating, because modernity has manifested itself in increasing inequality, not just inequality between the rich and the poor, but also the wide. I am in the same category. I am an equal beneficiary like you. Then there are many others, there are many like me, so they become violent. This is the concept of social violence. Violence, not necessarily physical violence, but social violence. So this social violence is manifested.
Structural violence.
I'll tell you another story, very small example. You see in Bengal, this has nothing to do with any government.
And the topic of my research paper is Khadi India, pursuing to preserve India's culture's heritage. As you all know about the Khadi fabric, it is a traditional hand-woven fabric made from the cotton, silk and wool. And the story of the Khadi is deeply intertwined with the struggle of India's independence and the vision of the Mahatma Gandhi, making it a unique and invaluable part of the India's textile tradition. But now it is contributed as the most sustainable textile among the global audience. So in order to preserve the legacy of Khadi, the government has taken the initiative to launch a commission, that is Khadi and Village Industry Commission. It is a kind of the wide area network of many sales outlets all over the India, and one of the sales outlets is located in the sector 17 Chandigarh. The whole study was carried out in the sector 17 Chandigarh. So the basically aim of the study is to provide awareness among the young adults who are actually not aware about this brand. So as you all know about the Khadi, the process of the Khadi is done with the help of the spinning wheel, that is called chakra, and the chakra is further spin into the cloth, and then it is done and the weaving is done on the loom. So if I talk about the Khadi brand, it is basically a collection of the weaver, artisans and the craftsmen who are meticulously working on the authenticity of the product.
Third, only waiting for government grants. ठीक है? इसके साथ में एक और पूरा जुड़ा हुआ है सेल्फ हेल्प ग्रुप्स, जो पूरे इंडिया में है, लाखों की तादाद में है. So I request your department to take up a project where we support these Khadi linked industries and self-help groups, and we can plan for about 10,000 stores in India. Conceptualize आप करिए, यहाँ पे सॉफ्टवेयर डेवलप करना है, ब्रेन देना है, ब्रांड एम्बेसडर्स देने हैं, प्रोड्यूसर्स बहुत सारे हैं, ठीक है, सेल्फ हेल्प ग्रुप इतने हैं और सरकार इतना पैसा भी डाल रही है उसमें. लेकिन होता क्या है, द मोमेंट ग्रांट इज ओवर, दैट वेंचर इज फिनिश्ड. So one is how that venture sustains and how we can reduce the cost by improving the quality. Khadi should not only be for celebrities. It has to become a common man's usage thing. इस पे अगर if we can initiate a program, we would love to work with it.
Yes, sure. Definitely. Thank you.
And I'm doing my PhD on walking the Gandhian path, challenges and prospects in modern governance and administration. It is co-authored by Dr. Ashu Basricharan. Mahatma Gandhi envisioned a novel method of administration and governance that placed a strong emphasis on values like non-violence, self-reliance, and decentralization. In this paper, I have listed several difficulties that contemporary government and administration confront in upholding Gandhian ideals. Gandhi's ideas of governance placed a strong emphasis on local self-government and decentralization. In his ideal society, people would actively engage in making decisions and be able to fend for their fundamental requirements on their own. In order to tackle poverty, unemployment, he argued for empowering local communities and fostering village-based industries. The difficulty
from the Department of Center of Social Work. The topic of the presentation is Gandhian perspective and social work evolution in India. Social work is a profession and field of practice that is dedicated to the enhancing the well-being and quality of life of individuals, family and group and their communities. The primary goal of social work is to address the social injustice, promote social change and empower individuals.
My teacher and guide, Dr. G. Subramanian, whom I have been hearing since yesterday, he highlighted the rich and poor divide and the class divide. Just I have to make one humble submission that because of the COVID-19 pandemic, the divide in our society, whether it is socially, economically, politically, culturally, even the digital divide has multiplied manifold. And Sir rightly pointed out the bottom-up approach, because we have been talking of top-down approach in our development policy and planning. So that idea was very befitting that we should try to have bottom-up approach, that is to empower the last person standing in the queue, which Mahatma Gandhi had talked about Antyodaya. And if I remember my NCERT textbook 3 decades back, the talisman he had given, the message he had given at the end of those NCERT textbooks. Secondly, Arushi made a very good presentation on sustainable development and green development. And what I liked, because there are so many young researchers sitting here, as Sir pointed out, she had delineated the research methodology, which is very important, because if we are making a paper presentation, research methodology is of paramount importance. Many times we don't give much importance to that. Then Sumit made a very good presentation on the idea of decentralization of village economy, which Gandhiji had talked about. And then Pratima talked about the idea of holistic development. And lastly, there was a presentation by Miss Punita. So she also talked about that how we can make the development really inclusive. Now, few ideas which I want to give, if Ma'am Chairperson can give me just 2-3 more minutes, because we are running out of paucity of time. So, my idea is how we can achieve this gender equality goal number 5, which is mentioned in the Sustainable Development Goals, and how we look at it from a critical appraisal from a Gandhian perspective. Firstly, let's look at the problem. If we look at the divides we have, there is one study by Jodhka and Thorat, which is published in Sage Publications and available in A.C. Joshi Library. He has studied 11 states of India, in which 565 villages were studied. And the startling finding of that study is that in 80% of the villages, still untouchability is being practiced. So, rural-urban divide. This is how we are going to bridge that gap. That is a very important question to which all of us have to ponder over. COVID-19, I have already highlighted that whether it is economic gap, whether it is the deprivation that has already increased, to how to club that gap. And digital divide. because Prabdi ma'am and Ashu ma'am, my fellow chairpersons, are sitting in COVID-19, how we try to reach out to the students through online classes, but still there was a huge gap. Even in a city like Chandigarh, there was network problem. Students were not able to access, and one of my former students is sitting here, so he can also corroborate what I am trying to articulate here. Then if we look at the education, because how we can have an equal society, when we reduce that dropout rate of girls, especially in villages, how to make education accessible, that is a question we have to ponder over. Health again is an issue, and one example I give to my student is, you just cross this road and you see what is happening in health institutions when there are long queues. So why can't we make health accessible at every village and every town? This is a question to ponder over. Sustainable development, and few suggestions which I humbly offer. Firstly, let us make education accessible to everybody, and not only.
International journals. He has guided more than 30 PhD research scholars. So I would like to call Sir to address the.
Good morning, all of you. The chairperson of this session, the chairperson of Gandhian study, my colleague Dr. Jayesh Prabhu, participants, and within 77 years, there's so many political scholars and other scholars also mentions and wrote so many articles and books. And you must try to read Atal Kohli, A.R. Desai, then Nirja Jugal, K.R. Narayanan, and Deepak Niyar. Particularly the Deepak Niyar is very, very important, who wrote a lot of work on the development of India. Now, this no doubt, after 1947, India established liberal, democratic, moderated, and semi-federal system in the parliamentary form of the government. Parliamentary form of government is known as the accountable government. This government is a responsible type of the government. And you know about the 1947 to 66. This period is very dominated by Nehruji. After 1980, and this case is also most of the rich people took benefits from 1980 to 84 period. The majority of the people, the rich class also took a lot of the benefits, even from the nationalized banks also. And but Mrs. Indira Gandhi tries to implement some of the welfare programs. The program employment guarantee also, social security also provided, healthcare facility also provided, education facility also provided by Mrs. Indira Gandhi. But during this years, the democracy took a new shape at these various state levels. The regional movement was started.
The age group is between 20 to 25 years, and the ethical shopper is age group between normally 30 to 40 years. Next is conscious customer. She knows about the durability. So here are the few majors who are under the category of fashion innovator. The age group is between 20 to 25 years, and the ethical shopper is age group between normally 30 to 40 years. Next is conscious customer. She knows about the durability. So here are the few majors.
Humbly request Dr. G.V. Subramaniam to kindly come and share his views. Please, sir.
So, is a national award, national level award recipient also. He has received Young Scientist Award by the Society of Krishi Vigyan, Kolkata, West Bengal in the year 2020. So he is also UGC Junior UGC SRF in the year 2005. So his research relations, he has authored one book on combating social exclusion, intersectionalities of caste, class, gender and religion.